Hi, welcome. This is a webinar on how to get a job in tech, tech experience. And this is Han coming to you from Singapore. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. So let's start the session with a story. And the story is about Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the world famous movie star. You say, Han, who is this guy? Okay, I'm sure you have heard of his name. He's famous for the Predator movies, the Terminator movies, the Conan movies. But to understand him, you need to go back to his childhood. He was growing up in Austria, Eastern Europe, and his childhood was very tough because his father was a very strict man. So childhood days very tough, and he liked to escape into the world of bodybuilding and movie making. His idol was this gentleman called Reg Park. So the idea was planted in his brain, and he said, I want to be the world #1 bodybuilder. So that was his dream, and he went to America, and after that, the rest is history. He became Mr. Olympia 7 times. It's a world bodybuilding championship title. So after his bodybuilding career is over, he said, I want to be the world #1 Hollywood star. So he went to Hollywood and he faced all kinds of challenges, all kinds of setbacks, because people say, oh, Arnold, you're too big, your accent is weird, you can't act, etc. But Arnold just focused on his goal and ignore all the distractions. And then he made it big as a movie star. The Terminator series made him world famous. And after his acting career in Hollywood has ended, he said, okay, I want to be a successful politician in America. And he became the governor of California twice. So what is the moral of the story? The moral is very simple. Even if you don't have experience, if you have a clear goal and you are passionate and you put in your effort, you can achieve it. Just like how you can get a job in tech without tech experience. Of course, this is where we have a disclaimer, because without experience, you can't go into tech heavy jobs like data scientists and all the deep programmers. But there are many tech light jobs that you can explore. And this is the focus of this session. So with that, let's talk about our handout. This is our handout. Make sure you download it. There are 3 pages. Very important page is page number 3, which talks about the world of work map. So with this map, you can actually find out whether you should even talk about tech, because it measures your work interests. So with that, let's come back and follow the notes. What is point number 1? Let's take a look at your notes. What is point number 1? Point number 1 talks about focus on things that don't change. Normally, when you talk to people, they tell you, oh, you must adapt to change. Change is a constant, etc., etc. This is where you must be contrarian and talk to people who are super successful. One example is this gentleman called Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon.com. He said many people like to ask him, what's the change coming on? But to him, the more important question is, what will not change? Example, people will always want to be slimmer, they want to look more attractive, they want to make more money, they want to be healthier. So things like this will never change. And once you have customers, you will always have a business. Just like a business, a company, they will always want higher profits, higher market share, and lower costs. So if you know how to address these issues, you will always have a job. So this is what I mean by focus on things that don't change. And everything that is big today, like Apple, it's a $1 trillion company. When they started in humble beginnings. Apple started in a garage by the 2 Steves, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Besides Apple, HP, Hewlett Packard, started in the garage. Amazon started in the garage. Google started in the garage. Microsoft started in the garage. So you say, Han, any other places where all these big players started? Sure. How about university dormitory room? Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook in a Harvard dorm room. So remember, from small acorns, great oak trees grow. So never mind if you don't have experience, but you must have a clear goal and you must be willing to put in the effort in order to get what you want. So once you understand this, remember, focus on things that don't change. Now we move on to point number 2 in your handout, which is talking about your career stages. According to the chart, there are 6 career stages. Stage 1 is all about paper chase. That's in your younger days. And most countries have the same system, because you have to study for 16 to 20 years to get a diploma, a degree, and then you can go out there and find your favorite work. based on your studies. So paper chase is the focus here. But once you start your career and you go into the different stages from early career stage, mid-career stage, late career stage, it's all about the other piece: people, performance, and profits. So once you go into early career stage, which is age 25 to 39, you have 15 years to go as high as you can. How high you go will determine your trajectory for the next stage. Because if you didn't do too well in your early career stage, you have a second chance when you hit mid-career stage to make it big in corporate, because that's your last chance. If you don't make it big there, then tough. And once you reach your late career stage, which is age 50 to 59, this is where you must be plan B ready, because this is where you are the most vulnerable. You have high obligations, like your kids are going to college, you have mortgage loans, you have car loans, you have all kinds of loans, and then your skills may not have kept up. You may have experience, but experience can be a liability in a